Greetings, grade 10 geography learners. My name is P Mbhele. I will be your teacher for the following topic, which is rivers, lakes, and dams in South Africa and their role in the water supply in South Africa. Well, South Africa does not get a lot of rain compared to other countries. Some areas receive more rain than others, which makes water distribution uneven. This is why we call South Africa a water scarce country. Rivers, lakes, dams are extremely important. They collect, store, supply water to homes, schools, farms, and factories as well. Without them, many parts of the country will run out of water. Water is not just for drinking, we need it for washing, growing food, producing electricity, and running businesses. So, protecting and managing our water scarcity is essential for our health and economy. Well, a simplest way of defining rivers is rivers are long, flowing bodies of water that move across the land, usually from higher ground to lower ground, until they reach the sea or lake. They form part of the natural water cycle and are essential for life. In South Africa, rivers are a major source of fresh water. They help supply drinking water, irrigate crops, and support industries like mining and manufacturing. So, the Orange River is the longest river in South Africa and also forms part of the border with Namibia. The Vaal River, which joins the Orange River, produces water to millions of people in Gauteng province, including Johannesburg. The Limpopo River flows through the northern part of the country and is shared with neighboring countries like Botswana and Zimbabwe. Lastly, we have the Tugela River, which is found in KZN, is known for its beautiful waterfalls and supplies water to parts of the province. All those rivers are vital to our country's water system and must be protected from pollution and overuse. Lakes are large bodies of water that are surrounded by land. Unlike rivers, lakes don't flow across the land. The water stays still most of the times. In most parts of the world, there are lots of lakes, but here in South Africa, we don't have many natural lakes because our country is generally dry and warm. Water evaporates quickly and the landscape doesn't support lake formation easily. One of the most famous natural lakes in our country is called the Lake Sibaya. Found in KZN, it is the largest freshwater lake in South Africa and is protected as part of Isimangaliso Wetland Park, a World Heritage Site. Lake Lakes like Sibaya are very important. They provide a home for fish, birds, plants, and they also refill underground water, which is called groundwater recharge. This is useful for communities that depend on borehole water or wells. A dam is a man-made wall built across a river to stop or to slow down the flow of water. When a river is blocked by a dam, the water builds up behind it and forms a large water body called a reservoir. This stored water can then be released in a controlled way when needed. Dams are very important in South Africa because the country often experiences drought and doesn't get regular rainfall in all areas. By storing water, dams make sure there is a reliable water supply even during dry months. One major use of dam water is irrigation. Farmers use water from dams to grow crops like maize, wheat, and vegetables. Without irrigation, many areas will not be able to produce food. Some dams also produce electricity through a process called hydropower. The moving water spins turbines, which then generate clean energy. This helps reduce our dependence on coal and helps the environment as well. South Africa has many dams across the country, but some are more important than others because of the large areas and population they serve. The Garib Dam is the largest dam in South Africa and is built on the Orange River. It is located between the Free State and the Eastern Cape. This dam plays a major role in storing water for farming and electricity generation. Water from the Karib Dam is also transferred to other areas through the Orange Fish Tunnel. And then in second, we have the Val Dam. The Val Dam is one of the most crucial sources of water for the Gauteng province, where cities like Johannesburg, Pretoria are located. It supplies water to more than 12 million people and supports both homes and industries. And then lastly, we have the T Waters Kloof Dam found in the Western Cape is the main source of water for Cape Town. During the Cape Town drought of 2017 to 2018, the dam level dropped very low and the city came close to running out of water. This showed how important dams are for prevailing water crisis. Other dams like Inada Dam in KZN supply the Durban area, while Lost Clock Dam in Pumalanga supports farming. Even though South Africa has many rivers and dams, there are still serious challenges with water supply. One of the biggest problems is the uneven rainfall. Some parts of the country, like the Western Cape, get a lot of rainfall, while others, like the Northern Cape and the Limpopo, receive very little. This means that water is not equally available everywhere. Another problem is drought. South Africa regularly experiences long periods with very little rain. This drought reduces dams levels and dry up crops easily, making it harder to supply water to people and farms. Our population is growing, especially in big cities like Johannesburg and Durban. More people need water for drinking, cooking, cleaning, and sanitation. This puts extra pressure on water systems. A lot of water infrastructure is old and broken. Many pipes leak and water gets lost before it even reaches homes. This is called non revenue water, water that is treated but wasted. Water population pollution is another challenge. Rivers and dams are polluted, sorry about that, by garbage, sewage, and chemicals from farms and factories. This makes the water unsafe and harder to clean. And then climate change again is causing changes in the weather patterns. Temperature are rising, rainfall is becoming less predictable, and drought are becoming more intense. All of these factors make it harder to manage water and keep it safe and available. In South Africa, some parts of the country have more water than they need, while others don't have enough. To solve this problem, the government uses interbasin transfer schemes. This means water is moved from one river basin to another. It's like borrowing water from a river that has extra and sending it to another place where people are struggling to find it enough. The most famous example is the Lesotho Highland Water Project. Lesotho is a small country surrounded by South Africa and it has many rivers with fresh mountain water. Through this project, water is collected in Lesotho's dams and sent through tunnels to South Africa. The water ends up in the Vaal River, which supplies big cities like Johannesburg and Pretoria. These cities have many people, factories, businesses that rely on the water. In turn, Lesotho gets paid for the water and also benefits from electricity created by the project. This shows how two countries can work together to solve water problems. Interbasin water transfers are expensive and take a lot of planning, but they are very important for making sure every part of South Africa has enough water. South Africa faces serious water challenges, but we can take steps to protect and to save this precious source. One of the biggest threats is pollution. When people throw bottles, rubbish, oil, or chemicals into rivers and drains, they poison the water. Factories must treat their waste properly. Communications must be taught not to use rivers like dustbins. Clean rivers mean safe drinking water and healthy animals and plants. The second solution is saving water. Many people leave taps running while brushing their teeth or use too much water for washing. Small changes like using a bucket instead of a hose can save hundreds and hundreds of liters of water. Fixing leaks, taps, and broken pipes is also important. In fact, South Africa loses millions of liters of clean water every day due to leaks. This is called non renewable potable water or non-revenue water. Water is water that is cleaned and pumped but never reaches a user because of leaks. In conclusion, rivers, lakes, dams are not just part of the landscape, they are the lifeline of South Africa, or countries, or the world. They provide clean water we drink, the water we use to grow food, keep our cities running, and support nature. But our country faces many challenges: drought, climate change, pollution, and broken infrastructure. That's why water must be treated as something precious. Protecting water sources means preventing pollution, fixing leaks, reporting problems, using water wisely at school, home, or in any place in our communities. Government must invest in new water projects and repay old ones. But we also need ordinary people like you to play a role. Every time you close a tap or pick up a litter near a stream, you are helping. Remember, without water, life cannot exist. Let's protect our rivers, lakes, and dams, not just for ourselves, but for the future generations too. I thank you. Okay, grade 10, and this is the end of our lesson. I hope you found it fruitful. I hope you'll go out and find ways of saving water. I thank you.